Shadow Clones are OP? What? Now why would anyone think that? They just allow you to copy yourself more than 100 times over, learn jutsu faster, hack their Sharingan, gather life energy, transmit info, ruin your kid's birthday party, spam a jutsu, and so much more. Yeah, no, we all know that the Shadow Clone Jutsu is OP to all hell and back, but I think I may have thought of a way which makes it even more broken than it already is. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Now, supposing you're still watching after that high-pitched shriek, I'll be tackling the OP-ness... Yeah, with my accent I probably shouldn't phrase it like that. The overpoweredness of Shadow Clones, by explaining two specific ways in which their properties can be abused, and which are of course wholly based on the principles established by Masashi Kishimoto in the context of the series. So basically, ninja life hacks. Literally, as you'll see. First off, Shadow Clones have souls. Now, if you remember the Orochimaru vs Sarutobi fight, this statement might seem obvious, but it's when you think about it a bit more that you see what that actually fully entails. And the biggest thing is that there's no established rule which prohibits a Shadow Clone from using the Reaper Death Seal on its own and leaving the soul of the original unharmed. How come? Well, as I said before, clones do not only copy the user's body and chakra system, but must, in order for this jutsu to be used with clones in the first place, copy the soul as well. An obvious counterargument to this would be that the clone jutsu doesn't simply copy-paste the soul onto however many clones are created, but more like fragments it, just like with the chakra. However, as we were able to see, souls have hands.
Souls have hands?
Apparently!
This tells us that the body is something like a container for the soul, which has features mirroring that of the body. Or the body has features mirroring that of the soul, you can go either way. Think about it, Hiruzen could have sealed up Orochimaru's soul dick. Then again, did he even have one at the time? I mean, he still had his own soul. Yeah, arms were the safer bet. Back on topic, if we take the soul fragmentation theory as true, that would mean that when the clones sealed the first and second Hokage, the original Hiruzen would have lost a body part. Which obviously didn't happen. Unless he lost his soul. But let's be honest, at that age it probably wasn't doing much anyway. Another way you could take this is that the clones serve as a catalyst for Hiruzen's own soul, and that they themselves are soulless. But again, this wouldn't make much sense. As we can clearly see in this panel, the Reaper is holding within its belly not only the souls of the first and second Hokage, but also two copies of Hiruzen's own soul. Which again leads us to the only logical conclusion that clones do in fact have souls. As such, there's no reason why they wouldn't be able to initiate the jutsu, while the user perhaps restrains the unwilling recipient. The second shinobi life hack, or sight hack I should say in this case, is that clones should be able to spam Mangekyo Sharingan techniques without any long-lasting damage to the original user, specifically their vision. There are 4 steps to this. First, as a general rule, we know that damage incurred by a Shadow Clone is not transmitted back to the user. If this were the case, Naruto would have died a long time ago. Second, as exemplified by Madara, Shadow Clones can indeed use Mangekyo Sharingan techniques. Third, one could argue that the damage suffered from the Mangekyo Sharingan to one's sight is a much deeper, let's say, form of damage and is not due to external factors. But then we get to step 4, which debunks this by stating that clones have completely separate bodies, chakra systems, and as we've concluded, souls. I don't think there's going much deeper when you reach the soul level. Unless we're taking things to a conceptual level, but that's never been brought up in Naruto, so it makes no sense to argue it here. Now to be fair, perhaps the clones wouldn't be able to use Amaterasu, as it is the only MS technique which always makes the user's eye bleed. We can infer from this that it perhaps causes them some damage as well, which might be enough to make a Shadow Clone disappear. Though it has been shown that they can take some minimal damage without puffing out. And also, Sarutobi's Shadow Clones were very much bleeding from their mouths when they initiated the Death Seal, so maybe the clones can take some internal damage without disappearing. Internal as in soul, not as in kidney. On the other hand, this might have very well been an inconsistency on Kishimoto's part. I've decided to zero in on these two examples in order to fully show you what I mean, and fully illustrate my reasoning behind it. But really, if you take what I said as true, you could abuse plenty more jutsu in this way. Examples which immediately come to mind are Deidara's C0, Chiyo's Resurrection Jutsu, Hidan's Ritual, and perhaps worst of all, Danzo's Izanagi spam would probably make him the most OP thing since Talk No Jutsu. And that's a wrap on my 10th video ever. Yeah, it's not anything special really, but after my 2 Neji videos ended up not being my best work ever, cause for some ungodly reason I had decided to stick to a weekly schedule, which was not gonna fly. I hope this one's a bit more palatable. The jutsu is absolutely ridiculous when you really think about it, but then again, I'm sure it's not the only one. Also, on an unrelated note, while making sure I didn't screw something up while making this, I read through the Orochimaru vs Sarutobi fight again, and my god did I forget how much I love the Reaper's design. Ain't he just a cutie? Ah. Yeah, okay. As always, thanks for watching. Feedback is always appreciated, and I'll see you in the next one. Back on topic. 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 If we take the soul fragmentation theory as true, as